Hi everyone, welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Super excited and nervous. I have put this off for years. I just always told myself I didn't have the time or it was too much work, all that kind of stuff. So I was going to jump in because if I don't do it now, it's never going to get done. I'm recording with my phone today. See, I'm so excited. I haven't even got a camera yet. And I'm going to read off the questions that I've written down. These are from a question box that I did in my Instagram story. So I'm going to read off here. So bear with me if there's like a book flying around. And let's get into it. First things first, I'm a Kimberley woman. So the place where I live at the moment, which is Perth, WA, isn't my cultural land. So I just want to acknowledge that we're on Noongar Boodja, which is Noongar land. And I'd like to pay my respects to all elders, past, present, and future. So today we're doing a little Q&A, and let's just jump right into it. Have you always lived in Perth? No. My younger childhood, I grew up up north, in a lot of different towns, Derby, Broome, Pitso Crossing, remote communities, Mullaja. I did all my high school growing up in Jolton, WA, which is down the coast a bit more. Did a year of boarding school in Perth. I've lived in Sydney for about 4 years, Kempsey for like one of those, but other than that, I haven't lived anywhere, far away. Favorite hairstyle and makeup look? I think this, like a bit of a nude glam with some nice curls, is timeless, effortless, easy, and it's probably my go-to. If you go to an event, it can do that. You can just put a bit of darker lipstick on if you're trying to go out or whatever. But yeah, this is usually my go-to. How many kids do you have / want? I have 2 children at the moment, a son, Nathaniel, and my daughter's name is Vienna. 2 has been fun, and it's nice when it's just us and our little close-knit family of 3. I would want maybe 2 more. I could do 2 more, and I think 4's a nice, family number. And then but it's also not too crazy. Like, favorite holiday would have to be Esperance. I love Esperance. Prettiest beaches in Australia. The water's crystal clear and blue, and the sand's, screensaver white. It's gorgeous. Definitely a must do if you haven't. What took you so long? Like I said, I've been very apprehensive to do it. Even posting this is like a big thing for me. I've just have put it off. I just never prioritized it or anything. So now, like, with all this isolation stuff going on, what better time? There's nothing else to do. You have all the time in the world to film and look good for filming. But I know that people have asked me to do this for about 4 years now. They've been waiting. So now that it's here, you better get into it. Does your family stand for the national anthem? I don't. My children do or don't. They can. Either way. They're very young. They don't understand, all the politics behind it. So they're free to do whatever they want to do. I'm not, at the back of the assembly, like, or whatever. But yes, they can or can't. It's up to them. I don't. What's your go-to drink when you're out? Whatever Tennille brings me. she's the drinks person in our little group. Whatever she bring you is really nice and fruity and sweet and just like really good. So I trust Tennille with my drinks. But if it's just me, it'll probably be either a Long Island or a tequila sunrise. Is there any films that make you cry? I think like the classics, Titanic, The Notebook, My Sister's Keeper. I think that gets everybody. And films where people like loved characters die. Boys in the Hood, like Ricky. You got Served, Little Saint. Like, no one wants to, picture a child dying. So it's, you know, in some movies it does and all that kind of stuff, and obviously that's gonna tug on the heartstrings. First thing you notice when you meet somebody, their teeth. I'm a teeth person. I always look at people's teeth. Don't make that, you know, don't get self-conscious. It's just something that I notice. People notice different things. You know, first thing people notice about me is that I'm short. So yeah, teeth is definitely top of that list. Do you have any siblings? Where do they live? I have 2 sisters. One lives here in Perth and the other one lives in New South Wales in a town called Kiama. Saturday night out or Sunday sesh? I'm gonna have to go with the sesh, even though I don't get to go all the time because OBS Monday I have to get up and you know, school drop off and all that kind of stuff. So the Sunday sessions that I do get to go to with the girls, I love. Why are you starting to vlog? I wanted to start this just to, you know, put a bit more diversity out there in the YouTube world. I know there's a lot of women of colour from Australia doing this right now, but there's very little Indigenous, you know, people, especially women. I think the only other person that I know of is my friend Brandy. Other than that, there's no one that, you know, you say to someone, oh, have you seen so-and-so's? And they're like, oh yeah, that's that Indigenous, you know, YouTuber. So I just wanted to do it, you know, to bring a bit of diversity and insight, especially, you know, into our issues. We have, the media talks for us a lot regarding Indigenous issues. So hopefully I can bring some insight into things that we go through and, you know, our stories on the news and all that kind of stuff, and give you an insight from an Indigenous insight from an Indigenous person. But at the same time, don't take my word, you know, I only speak from myself and my opinion. I don't speak for all of Indigenous Australia. So don't, you know, take that as me proclaiming myself as some kind of spokesperson. But yeah, I just wanted to do that for not only, you know, the mob, but for our younger people as well, to let them know that they have a voice and to speak up on things that they think are unjust or, you know, just not right. But at the same time, I also want to show you the fun side of Indigenous life and break stereotypes that we're all aggressive and, you know, alcoholics and, you know, substance abusers, whatever. There's a lot of stigma and stereotyping around our race, and I just want to, I think it's Vienna, help break that. How long have you been in isolation? Today will mark 4 weeks of isolation. The cracks are starting to show. I took the kids out of school 4 weeks ago, and yeah, we've been home ever since, driving each other nuts. One household duty you hate? Folding clothes. Oh my god, if I get them out of the dryer and I don't fold them right away, it won't get done for like a week. It'll just like sit on my bed looking at me. Fave sports team? The West Coast Eagles. Do you guys have any pets? We have 2 axolotls. One's called Squiddy and one's called Sunny. We have an apartment, so we don't want to have any big pets at the moment until we get a house. So yeah, they were the perfect pet for us because, you know, Nathaniel feeds them and they're his duty. But easiest pet I've ever had, and that includes goldfish. Like, they're so good. Place you would want to holiday? I've always, Morocco's up on my bucket list. So it's like Morocco, Italy, and then probably like a New York winter, or just somewhere snowy, like to show the kids snow. They watch it on movies all the time and they always ask me like, can we go somewhere where it snows? And I'm always like, yeah. So hopefully that will happen soon and I can make that happen for them. How many tattoos do you have right now? I have 9 at the moment. Yeah, 9. Weirdest job you ever did? This one time at Speedway, my cousin Naomi got us this job working in like a corn dog van, and it was a mess. It was like 50 degrees. You know, we had to wear long sleeves as well because the batter from the corn dog, like, if in case it spit up at us and whatever. There were flies everywhere, people yelling at us for like their orders and stuff. It was just like, never again. Favorite trait about myself would be my resilience. Life has thrown me many curveballs in my life, but I always get up and I just keep going and you know, keep on keeping on. Especially now as a mum, you don't have that luxury to just dwell in your own misery. You know, you just got to get up and keep doing it. And you know, sometimes in the past I've just had complete meltdowns, and my older cousins and my aunties, or my, you know, my mom and my sisters, they're always like, you know, tomorrow's a new day, just get up and, you know, go to bed, have a nice sleep, have a shower, have a tea, go to sleep, wake up next day and tackle it. And you know, it always works, because then your head's clearer. In the moment you're having a breakdown and you're like, whatever, like I don't want to hear it, my life's over. But yeah, it really does help put things into perspective, and then you can kind of make your game plan and keep on going. Have you or do you want work, brackets, cosmetic? I don't have any work at the moment. I wanted it when I was younger, obviously, like a lot of things I got teased about, especially my nose. Now that I've grown up, I've learned to love a lot about myself that I used to hate, so I wouldn't change a lot of the things that I used to want to change. But for the moment I don't have any, not because I'm scared or anything, I just can't afford it. But at the same time, again, I love a lot of the things that I used to hate about myself. And if I was ever to get any, it would probably be like my jawline or something, like a bit of like, you know, bring this up. Other than that, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way I look, and I'm pretty comfortable now, you know. There's nothing drastic that I would want to change. Are you seeing anyone at the moment? No. Sorry, no juicy gossip around here. Are you bilingual? No. English is my main language spoken at home. I don't know my cultural language, but I speak like a very broken English, and I grew up speaking, it's called Creole. I grew up speaking Creole, and like, you know, back with the mob. But I'll speak that, you know, when I go home, when I'm around family, or to the kids. Do your kids have the same father? Yes, they both have the same father. What is your parenting style? I don't know, I'm pretty laid back as a parent. Like, I obviously don't let a lot of things slide, but I'm not like a hover parent. You know, not doubting those that are. Some just want to keep their kids safe. But I'm very, you know, if we go to the park, whatever, they're free to roam and whatever. I just always keep an eye on them, but I'm not hovering. If they want me to come and play, I'll come and play with them. But they're very independent, and they're very, like, they like to explore by themselves. So like Vienna especially, I'll be like, do you want me to play with you? And she'll be like, no. So yeah, I just laid back, I guess, and let them do their own thing, and, you know, learn for themselves and all that kind of stuff. And when they need me, they'll come and get me. Who's your celebrity crush? I'm gonna have to go with Lakeith. Got a soft spot for Lakeith. Acquaintances or close-knit friends? I think everyone has both, because I have my close-knit, you know, sister girls, and like my friends, and they're the really close ones, and they know things about me, and they're the ones I vent to and all that stuff. But then, like, when we go out, we have a lot of friends and mutual friends and all that kind of stuff, but they're not the people that we would share those intimate things with, or people that not, you know, just know intimate things about us. And between us, like all the girls in like my circle, we all know a lot of people. So, you know, if we're out and we're together, there's a whole bunch of people that we all kind of know, you know, like a mutual friend kind of thing. So there's definitely that close-knit group of us, or like, you know, my friends and my, you know, my sister girls, most of my relations, like nieces, cousins, whatever. But yeah, definitely when we go out, there's just that kind of outer circle of people that we know, but they don't know us like the sister girls do. Do you smoke? No. I used to when I was younger, like 19, 20, and it was so gross. Like, I think I was, at one point I was smoking like Winfield Reds, and I was just like, oh, it was like I think they're like the strongest of like the Winfield line or something. But yeah, nasty, doesn't smell good, expensive now, you know. It's just a habit that I'm glad I don't have anymore. Have you ever been catfished? Yes. When I was younger, it happened a few times, like 3 times. I think the last time would have been about 4 years ago. Just like, you know, someone off Insta. But he was really good with his, you know, social medias. Especially he'd send me Snapchat videos, you know, of him doing stuff during the day and all that kind of stuff, and Instagram videos, and, you know, had an Instagram profile and everything. So everything was set up. He obviously, you know, recorded those videos of somewhere. I don't know where you find people just going about their day. So unless he was stealing someone else's identity, you know, recording someone else's content. Yeah, it was just super weird. And then one day he posted a photo on, he sent me a photo on Snapchat, and at the bottom there was like he didn't take the watermark, like the link out. And I was just like, really? So yeah, that was kind of odd. Relationship deal breakers. I think just the usual, like, you know, there's the typical no narcissism, gaslighting, abuse, verbal or physical, you know, physical, all that kind of, you know, typical things. Possession, like a possessive personality, is kind of a turn off for me. I don't mind if you're clingy, like you want to spend all your time with me. You know, given that I spend most of my time with the kids, you have to take that into consideration. But you know, if you're possessive, it's different, because, you know, if I leave the house and I get a message 5 minutes later, like, what are you doing? Where are you? It's like, I just left the house. Or if I'm out, you know, getting messages every 5 minutes or whatever, and, you know, wanting to know where I am and who I'm with and blah, blah, blah. Or even popping up to where I am and just, you know, pretending to run into me. That's kind of pushing the line. There's nothing else that's really... Sexiest feature on opposite gender, apart from the obvious. I think the back of the neck, like the trap area, that's always been a soft spot for me, especially if there's like a nice bit of jewelry over it. Nothing too big and crazy, but just like a nice little gold chain or something. That's definitely a win in my books. Did you grow up in a big family? Yes, I did. My dad is one of 10. And then my grandparents also fostered one, so 11. My mum's family isn't as big, but it's still not, it's 5 or 6. So I always, you know, grew up around a lot of family, which I cherish. You know, it's given me a lot of the personality traits that I have today. And then beyond that, like, all my extended families are just as big. So yeah, it's enormous. It's like this whole big crazy family, and I love each and every one of them. So that's my little Q&A vid. I hope you like it. I will be releasing new videos every now and then when I can. Probably do another Q&A in the future. So if you have any questions, keep an eye out for that, and hopefully I can answer those. But for now, I hope you have a beautiful day, and remember to subscribe.